through the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's one person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
Get ready for the ultimate celebration at the Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge, New Year's Eve 2025 countdown. First ever ice skating rink. Live bands rocking the stage. On December 31st at AK Bissell Park, Oak Ridge. Food trucks This is free to the public because of our amazing event sponsors. Bring your lawn chairs. Ring in the new year with your family and friends. Enjoy spectacular fireworks show that will light up the sky. Don't miss the grand finale, the epic T-Cat Harriman, one-of-a-kind atomic bomb drop at midnight. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Welcome to the Friday Night Scoreboard, sponsored by Free Medical Clinic. Great game tonight in the first half between the Grace Rams and Boyd Buchanan. A lot going on. A lot of games last night on Halloween, which was kind of, I thought kind of funny that T-List Play asked so many schools to play on Thursday night. And then obviously games being played tonight. So we are finished. The regular season is finished. I stopped by and watched Powell and West play each other, and it's not always a regular season game you want to win, simply because it seems like the winner of that game has also lost the playoff game. But big game there tonight over at Powell and West. Big crowd. Really, really good football game. Anderson County wins big over South Dole last night. Lenore City wins over Carnes. Oak Ridge goes up to Campbell County. And my sidekick went up there and got to watch a little bit of that game before he had to head to the hospital to become a dad. So that's where he is tonight. And Jett hopefully is on his way. So Jett had a rough week last week, but he's back. Feeling a little bit better about himself after they beat up on Greenback. So exciting times. Playoffs are right around the corner, and that's what we all look forward to, is a lot of good Week 10 matchups. In the past, that AC South Dole matchup had been a little bit better than it was last night. You got the West game, Powell, that's been a really good matchup for some time now. Elizabethan, Greenville, normally a good matchup. But all in all, just not a lot of close games. If you look over, the West Powell game was 30-18. It was a little bit closer than that. Powell's best player on both sides of the ball goes out in the first quarter with a foot injury and does not return. He was actually walking around in a boot the remainder of the evening on the sideline. Bearden beats Bradley Central tonight, 31-22. Knox Halls, wow. I did not see that score until just now. Knox Halls 40, Knox Central 3. So that is that's not really what I expected score-wise. So we'll be trying to update you all. We've got the brackets printed out from 1A all the way to the 6A, and we'll talk that most of the time tonight. We'll talk just a little bit of what we look forward to in round 1 and round 2. I think round 2 is always the most exciting time of the playoffs, more so than week 1 of the playoffs. But we'll kind of go through all that and see what all we can unfold and go from there. Speaking of week 2 playoffs, my guy is definitely he's got week 2 highlighted now, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, week 2 is highlighted. Hey, not to relive it, but I had someone there and I couldn't be here last week, but had a hard time stopping the run.
Yeah.
End of the day.
Yeah.
And then
couldn't get no pressure on the quarterback.
And then
either.
Treese kind of did Treese.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. That's kind of
busted coverage a couple of times. It's rough.
Yeah. Well, Brad, I'm sure he's listening, but he kind of gave me that text. Well, that's what I expected. I'm like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't act like you beat them all the time. You just lost to them in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
It's like Oak Ridge people saying, well, we own Clinton. Well, they beat you in the playoffs last year.
Exactly.
So, yeah, kind of crazy. Alcoa, I was thinking about this. Alcoa, when I saw that score, Kingston has to be glad.
Oh, yeah.
They will never have to play Alcoa in the regular season or playoffs again.
Very excited, I guarantee you that.
Yeah. Walked in Anderson County High School the other day, and I told him I heard there's a tornado coming.
Yeah. Gonna be in the same region, ain't they?
I heard there's a tornado coming.
It just got interesting for them, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's what's funny. Somebody asked me, if you were Fulton or Anderson County, because I like both those schools,
right?
What would you have done? Well, obviously, 5A football is not going to be as good in the top half.
Right.
In the top half. But 4A football,
it's fixing to be exciting.
It's getting to be exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, and I don't know that Elizabethton's going the right way right now.
No.
I don't know if they're going the right way. That was a beating.
Right.
Greenville beat up on Elizabethton.
I hadn't seen that score yet.
Yeah, they beat up on Elizabethton tonight. But Central getting hammered tonight kind of caught me off guard by Halls. I thought Central was playing a little bit better, and Halls just smacked them around. Okay. The rumor is there's a tornado coming to Anderson County.
What's going on, fellas?
Buddy, we just started talking. I had to get Jett's opinion a little bit on last week. I had to give him a little bit of love and tell him he's already looking forward to week 2 of the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
How are you and your...
Good games tonight. I've seen some terrible games tonight.
Yeah, talk about the good ones.
Ooh. Well, the good one was Oak Ridge went 4-0 in the region, and they're going to host a home game next week in the playoffs. I don't know if y'all got who they're going to play yet. I think it was between Ray County and McMinn, possibly, on that side of the table. But I tell you, Campbell County, man, losing those Price twins, my goodness, that offense they run was 1960s, and I haven't seen it since then, to be honest. And I couldn't believe they was running that type of offense. But
hey, DJ, to let you know, Oak Ridge plays Ray County at home. And the other side of their bracket is McMinn and Clinton. So you could have an Oak Ridge McMinn or an Oak Ridge Clinton round 2 game. But first round you have Ray County. And the guy that's coaching right now at Campbell County, he came from Ray County.
Yeah.
Pemberton came from Ray County, and he does run the wing tee. And it is it's an older style offense.
Yeah. That wasn't the wing team I see tonight. I know the wing team. I've ran it many years myself alongside Wendell Jones out there in Olive Springs. That was definitely not the wing team.
Oh, really?
No, man, I'm telling you, it was 1960 T. It was just a T offense. Like, it wasn't a wing T. It was the T offense, and it was 1960, just punch you in the mouth, going up the middle to get 2 or 3 yards the best I can.
Do you think, more so than the offense, how hard do you think it is to keep players in your system this day and time with that style?
Well, I know a lot of them at Anderson County right now playing great ball.
Yeah, it's very hard to keep them in the system.
I'm not, but you know, parents move and stuff like that. I'm not trying to throw anything out there, but I mean, parents and they want their kids to play for good teams. They want a good system. They want their kids to be able to thrive on and off the field, good schooling, stuff like that. And it's going to be hard to keep them. It's going to be hard to get that back with those Twins gone, man. It really is. They had a rough game today, and Boyd Buchanan. I thought it looked good for a while there, but Boyd Buchanan, they stuck it to him there.
Yeah.
What was the final there?
And here's what's funny about that. So I didn't realize what was going on with that. But, as the BBE TV game of the week, it's 14-9 Grace at halftime.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so what they get outscored, 42-7?
Yeah. I think they lost about 30. Yeah.
42-7 in the second half.
Oh, wow.
But, DJ, here's what I'll tell you and Jett. You can't come in and just automatically flip what's going on. The losing shows its ugly head when tough times hit.
Right.
When a kid is a junior or senior and they've won 2 games here and 3 games there, it might not be a bad culture thing, but you have that losing mentality that keeps hitting you in the face. And when you get down a little bit, it's harder to come back.
Oh, here it is again.
Yeah. Man. Well, I'll use my example from last night. Maryville at no time thought they were going to lose that football game to Farragut, and they were down 21-0.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Right.
They never panicked.
Never.
There's not a 14-point play.
Right.
They just ran their offense, get a stop. Run your offense, get a stop. And then it kind of takes care of itself.
Yeah.
Then the game pressure goes back on Farragut.
Yeah.
Yeah, then the game pressure goes back on Farragut.
Give Farragut some credit, though. Yeah. 21-0.
Yeah, well, good. Farragut's a much better football team.
Right.
If you remember, I think they started 0-3.
Yeah, they did. We were worried about them, remember?
Yeah.
We wondered what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they was winning big against, like you said, against Maryville, but Maryville came back and trampled them through there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Down there.
Yeah. Hey, man, I hope everything's good. Everybody healthy for Oak Ridge? Everybody good? I mean, for a good playoff run. I mean, if you look at the Oak Ridge side, no. Okay.
No. I've heard there's 4 season-ending injuries. Tonight there was missing 2 players, 1 hurt, 1 sick, and another player, Russ Douglas, who finally came along. He's hurt. He may not be back to the second run of the playoffs. They literally have about 8 to 10 kids out that are contributors to the team.
Well, the good news is, here's what I'll tell you. They don't play a team with a winning record until the quarterfinals.
Well, that is good, and Rang is trying to pull some things off, and he moved some stuff around a little bit. I see him shaking and jiving out there, so I think they'll be okay now. As far as Clinton and McMahon, Clinton just got demolished by Harris, and I mean, it was like 42-7 at halftime.
Yeah, that surprised me. I know Heritage is much better with the quarterback they got back last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
He's a game changer for them. He was a transfer from out of state, came in really good. Like, it was one of those Merry Christmas type deals.
Right.
Moves in, of all places, to Heritage, and has a really good arm, very athletic, and then gets hurt. And he's been back the last 2 weeks, and Heritage has looked good with him.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, absolutely. Been a big difference with that guy back. I don't know much about him, but I've heard great things, and it's apparent. Sometimes you have that one kid that can really make a difference, and obviously he's that guy.
Absolutely. Hey, I got a question, DJ.
Yeah, what's that?
I had a Facebook post that came across my Facebook last night. And you might could tell us this and do some research if you got some free time in the next 30 minutes, an hour and a half. Are they ranking 8th graders now to be the top at their position in the nation?
I have seen that. And I think a lot of that has to do with that 7 versus 7. I don't think it's much to do with who's doing what in football. I think that's more 7 versus 7.
Okay. So that's like camps and 7v7s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I don't know much about the rankings. I don't know, I mean, just your kids show up to you in ninth grade, ninth grade, you just put them to work, and they kind of get their man body. Then you figure out who's going to be good, and I mean, it's kind of hard to know it, before all that
There's
takes
only one
place.
8th grader I know with a man body, and that's little Jay out there at Grace.
He is, he's built different.
And he's got a good head on his shoulders too. He was, they were arguing out there a little bit on web, and he went over and said, "Guys, got them back together." So that's a lot of maturity.
Yeah, absolutely. So DJ, to go back to the Wildcats, I really feel like they have another. If they can just hold it together, I think quarterfinals, semifinals. To be honest with you, I don't know that they will be an underdog through the first 3 rounds of playoffs.
Ray County's always been a thorn in their side.
But Ray County's one of those teams, they've lost a few games barely, right?
Yeah.
Not a lot of blowouts from them. And it's one of those teams that sort of like you don't want to play, right? If anything can go right for them, they can actually turn the table, and the playoffs will be the time for them to do it. But I'm with you at the same time. Where Oak Ridge sits, they put themselves in a great position going 4-0 in the region. And I think they have a great opportunity to make a stab towards 3rd, 4th round playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Cosby.
So, we're sitting here talking a little bit Oliver Springs because we always want them to do good and Cofield to do good. But the Cloudland-Oliver Springs game next week.
That's a surprise to me. I mean, they're all pretty close.
Has Cloudland not won that region?
Oh, I think.
Or was that?
I think out of 34 years, they've won it 20. And they've won so many times. I don't know how many times in a row, but they are 3rd place this year. But
well, this is what I know about Oliver Springs. The 2 games I went to, they're lost. So just know I'm not coming to any more games, and hopefully they'll win it out.
Well, once you try one from the parking lot first, you might want to watch that one next week. I'm playing. You can sit up where my dad used to sit up there in the back of the end zone in the parking lot.
That's right. Well, I can't be seen. I think that's the thing. It's just I can't be seen. If I do go, I won't be seen. I'm going to figure that out. Jett, you're going to help me with that.
I think Jellicoe.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Come down and watch them play Cloudland. You'll flip the script there. You'll get on the winning side. The Bobcats aren't going home until they get to play Cofield again. No, I'm saying.
I got you. I got you.
They ain't losing that chance.
Right.
They ain't going to lose that chance.
And we're Rockwood fans next week.
Yeah. So that Cofield will be a quarterfinal game. It's not a second round game. It's a quarterfinal game.
And tonight at halftime, Cofield was winning 42-0 with 408 total yards of offense.
At halftime.
At halftime, Rockwood had 32.
Don't get caught up in the rat poison, Jett.
Well, boys, I'm going to get off here. I can't be there. I'm going to watch. I don't know, but it's a possibility that I may be having a baby tonight. So that's why I'm not there with you. I miss you. I'm going to do my best to tune in and watch. And if you have any questions on there that I can Google on my end, I'll text them in to you and let you know. But you guys have fun. Have a good night. Pray for us. And go Wildcats.
Don't forget to send them highlights.
Oh, yeah. I got a couple highlights.
I sent you some.
I got Dawson Willis's last senior year ball game. I'm definitely going to send that in. I think Ricky Jett on the bad kickoff return. I'm going to send that in. So got a few highlights. And those that are out there watching and listening right now, if you have any highlights, it's the time right now to send those highlights in to get your baby on TV. We want to see your favorite player, too. And go ahead and make someone aware. Please share. Guys, you have a good night.
Hey, prayers up to you, man. Hope everything goes well.
Good luck.
Thank you, boss.
Yep. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
So, he would be here if he
That's
could.
North Green.
So, North Green and Harriman make up
the rest
of that side.
I'll tell you what, a big surprise to me, too, is South Pittsburgh did win the region, and they won it 42-7.
Over Whitwell.
Over Whitwell.
Yeah,
Whitwell.
I heard the score tonight at one time.
They're rolling.
Yeah. So, they're back.
Yeah, they're back. And eligibility is now there, too.
Okay.
The kids that was on the sideline, their teams didn't make it to the playoffs last year, and they're there now.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be interesting. I think the 5A bracket, when you look at it, Jett, I think it favors Oak Ridge to the semis.
Right.
If you look at the other side, Halls, West, Powell, Sevier County.
Yeah.
Think about that. Second round playoff game at Sevier County is going to be Sevier County and Powell.
Right.
Second round game here in Knoxville will be the rematch of Halls and what I think will be Hall. Well, Halls could lose, but I think the second round matchup could be that Halls West rematch that you got to see last weekend in the in overtime.
Yeah.
So 5A,
Man,
Jesse said all year that he does not know who will represent the area in 5A.
What was the final with West and Powell?
30-18.
Okay.
It was 23-18, and then they scored a pretty long touchdown.
Got you.
Yeah.
So what's somebody asked me earlier at work, what is West losses? Is it Bearden? Was it Bearden, Alcoa, and they got 3 losses?
West, 7-3.
Yeah.
So they got beat by Bearden. They got beat by Alcoa. They beat Anderson County, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'll have to look that one up.
Anderson County beat Powell. Yeah.
Yeah, Anderson County beat Powell. Yeah. So I guess oh man, Bearden. I think the other one's going to surprise us when I look at it. Yeah. We got to get our game face on, man. I can't believe I can't remember who beat them.
Right, I can't.
Because when they lose, it's always like, wow, they lost.
We were talking about that at work yesterday.
Yeah.
And I couldn't come up with it. We didn't get on the computer and look. It was kind of late today.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
What are you doing, Hopper Jr.?
What's going on? Roll Tide, baby.
What's that got to do with me? I just know Alabama fan.
You was worried about Heupel getting his tail kicked by Alabama.
No. I said they'd win by 3.
What you forgot was Joe Milton's not as good as everybody thinks he is.
Who's not?
Joey.
I can't hear you.
Or not Joe Milton. McElroy or whatever his name is, Melroy. Yeah, Alabama's quarterback.
No, I don't think
Milroy.
I don't think Alabama's as good as they have been in the past. I don't know whether it's coaching players or whatever, but I don't know. I don't have any idea.
Yeah, I don't either. Queener, I've missed you, and I was going to ask you this when they said you were on the hook here. Is this the year Clinton goes back-to-back years and beats Oak Ridge in the playoffs in back-to-back years?
No, I don't think so.
They don't?
No, Clinton, I don't think Clinton's, I don't think Clinton played all right 2 weeks ago against Carnes, just enough to win, and then they didn't play very well tonight.
No.
So, I mean, there has to be some vast improvements, and I don't think that, just with a new quarterback this year, it's just not got settled down yet. So, I don't think this is the year. Now, could it be the year they do it? Maybe. I don't know. Oak Ridge has got a ton of kids hurt. Man, I don't know how Oak Ridge is. I think Oak Ridge is going to have it just a little bit tougher than what you're thinking they're going to have it just with the injuries they got. They've got fun.
Yeah, that's what DJ was saying. But at the end of the day, David, I mean, let me just read this off to you. Ray County, McMinn County, Clinton, Walker Valley, Lenore City, Carnes, and East Hamilton.
Yeah.
There's not one team, when you look at that has any kind of tradition or any kind of playoff, experience in their back pocket. So I think it's a very favorable road, I guess I should say, for Oak Ridge. But now Walker Valley beat them one year.
Right. If they get through that first one.
Back in the day, though, Ray County, when the coaches at Campbell County now was at Ray County had a little bit of playoff luck with Pemberton down there. But that offense he took to Campbell County, the same thing he's ran since he's been coaching back in his days at Rockwood. So he's not changed any. So that's I don't know. That's an offense I don't think kids want to play in myself. I mean,
no, especially in Campbell County.
You got to, first off, you got to think to run that. You got to have the horses to run that type of offense. You got to have the backs and the line to be able to do that.
Well, you're right. You're right by saying that, but David, when it comes down to it, think about how different the personnel change in Campbell County, and then the overall offensive change.
Yeah.
You goes from guys who run a spread type offense going to someone who is running, DJ said, take out the wing and just run a T.
Well, yeah, wing, T, whatever.
Yeah.
Basically about the same thing. But I agree with you. That's why those kids, why didn't they stick around? Because that offense is just not, that offense is just not going to win in today's climate. It's just not happening.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we'll see what kind of coach
I
he
don't
is.
think it is anyway. I think that offense is, in its time back in the day, yeah, it was probably the best offense there was. Just like the wishbone and the veer used to be. You don't see too many people running the wishbone and the veer anymore, neither.
No, that is for sure.
And there's a reason why, because it has become more of a spread offense type, scoring a lot of points. I'm not surprised a bit to see all the points put on the board tonight. So I just, I don't know who wants to play in the wing T. And, there's a reason Pimpson's not at Ray County no more. There's a reason he's at Campbell County now. So we'll see how long he makes it up the road there off 75. So
David, did Pemberton not win a state championship at Catholic?
He did.
Yeah.
He have a lot of success at Rockwood?
That I don't know. That's way before I can remember.
I'm not really for sure. I mean, I guess he did. I don't know. I'm not really for sure about that. But you said something about, I was just a little shocked. I mean, Maryville might not have been shocked and not in fear of losing last night, but they had to be just a little bit stunned for a team that's not played very well this year to jump out on them 21-0. I mean, if Farragut maybe scored another touchdown, maybe Maryville don't come back and win that game last night. So they had a little hangover effect there for a half, didn't it?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And they're young at spots.
Right.
But I had a guy that knows a lot about high school football tell me it don't matter how good that quarterback and that running back is at Maryville. If you do not have wide receivers that can get open and stretch the offense, a good quarterback and a good running back's a lot easier to stop.
Right.
Yep.
And how did Alcoa do it? They kept laying on them.
Right.
They kept laying on them, and they basically just said, "You are not going to run the football and beat us.
Right.
Either one of you. We're going to take away the quarterback and the running back, and we're going to go man to man out here on the wide receivers, and these wide receivers can't beat us."
Right.
And that's what Alcoa did and that's what Farragut did for a while. And
yeah,
then
they just run out of.
That's right.
I guess I don't know.
That's right.
I was just when I heard that score when he gave that score at halftime, I was just a little shocked. I thought
I was surprised too.
You talk about an upset right here. That would be an upset right there. But Maryville, like you said, Maryville took care of business and went on and won that football game. That's fine. Hey, I've looked at the TSSAA thing, and I think my answer to the Alcoa question is this. Tell me if I'm wrong. Alcoa chose to go up and play in 4A. They didn't qualify to go to 4A. Am I correct on them choosing to go up?
That is correct. They chose to go up and play in 4A football. They submitted their paperwork in the final hours of it when it had to be submitted, and that gave no one in 4A the option of going up to 5A because of what they knew.
And when I read in the paper, I think that they were having trouble scheduling games, and they knew they would have more games, solid schedule in 4A.
You're exactly right. When they went to 4A, they knew they would have at least 5 or 6 region games.
Yeah.
So that way they only had to find 2 or 3 games.
He's only played 9 this year, right?
They only played 9. They've only played 9 in the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And the 2 years before that, they played somebody out of state. I think I read, David, for 6 years now, they have not played a 10-game season against teams from the state of Tennessee.
Wow. One year they played somebody from New York.
So if you
think... I've watched Alcoa play a couple times this year, and I thought both times they outcoached the other sideline completely. Just outcoached the other sideline. So that's going to be a tough beast for somebody to have to deal with in 4A.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you're right. There is a tornado coming.
For sure.
Yeah. And, you know,
do we have any idea what region they're going to be in?
So, David, the regions will not be released till November 8th now. But from my understanding, it will be the Fulton, Anderson County, Carter, that South Oil, that region, from my understanding. And I think that's where, when they talked to TLSBA, I think that was some of the things they had. Where are you going to send us if we do this?
Now, do they just add to it, or does that region lose somebody?
No, they'll just add to it, and they'll have another team.
Got you.
They're thinking the Greenville, Elizabethan, like all that will stay the same, and the Fulton, Anderson County, South Oil will just pick up another team, which will be Alcoa, which makes sense because now they're not trying to find 4 or 5 games like we just said.
Right.
You know Alcoa is going to play them, and you know West will play them. Greenville was not playing them again.
Right.
They already told them they wasn't.
I wonder why.
I don't think that was a game that fit with the weeks off that Greenville was struggling to find a week 1 game, and I think that was one of the only weeks Alcoa had one scheduled because they had Ravenwood or somebody committed to play them again for a back-to-back year.
That's why I don't want to play the playoffs now.
So now they'll just play each other in the second or third round of the playoffs.
Right.
I said this from the start when I heard the news. Anderson County and Greenville and Elizabethan, now you don't just have to win what I would say for the last couple of years, one big game.
Right.
Now you've got to win 2 before you even get. I think once you win your 2, the quarter, that second, third round.
Yeah.
I think if you win that, outside of this year and last year, you really thought, hey, we'll go the other way and win.
Right.
But Upperman this year, I think will have something to say about that, like they did last year.
This is what I've been waiting on. I've been wanting to see Alcoa go up. I talk about it all the time.
I do too.
Now they've done it. So
David, 2 years ago, me and you sent on this show, and I called out their athletic director, if you remember, and Jesse at 5-Star actually started putting some heat and put an article out there.
Oh, wow.
I mean, if you remember that, David, we were trying to push that direction because it just made more sense.
It does.
When you're playing playoff games for 3 and 4 weeks in a row with running clock, go change your league.
Yeah.
Go
I agree
change
your
league.
It's going to make that. It's going to turn that. It'll turn that region upside down. Now, Fulton Fulton used to play Alcoa on a regular basis back in the day. I don't know if Fulton can compete with them today. I mean, I know Fulton's a lot better this year than they have been in the past couple of years. Pretty good turnaround there for Justin Long and the guys over there. They did a really good job this year, I think. So they've got that program turned around. They still need more kids out though, and maybe Justin will maybe he'll get that culture back the way it was under Rob Black and Cokie and all those guys over there. Maybe they'll get those kids back out. I'm sure there's some kids walking the hallways that probably could be playing football for the Falcons over there.
Yeah, I'm going to say this, and people are probably not going to get my point here, and my phone will blow up, and that's fine. A good Fulton team has a better chance to beat Alcoa than a good Anderson County team.
Yeah, it's going to blow up.
I mean, but you understand what I'm saying? I think
saying.
Anderson County will be good for years and years to come. But my point is 11, 12, 13, 16, those, 06, 07, 08, 09, all those teams for years at Fulton could go beat Alcoa.
Yeah.
Now, there was years Alcoa spanked Fulton.
Right.
But I think an elite Fulton team has a better chance of beating an Alcoa. And they're not there yet. No chance.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's close right now. Anderson County's football program is miles ahead of Fulton's right now. But I think a talented Fulton team has a better chance of beating an Alcoa than a talented Anderson County team.
So the future Cofield Oliver Springs game, and I say future because, you know, anybody can pull an upset somewhere along the line. We've seen that and know that, so I know nobody's looking ahead or anything. Well, yeah, there's a lot of people probably looking ahead to that game. They want to see that game. Where will that game be at? Will that be at Cofield or will that be at the Oz?
It'll be at Cofield.
At Cofield.
Yeah, they won the region.
Place to go play. Is that where you went? Is that where Oz went last year and won the game?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they beat us in the regular season 20-13, and we beat them 20-13 in the playoffs.
Wow, that's pretty. You know, it sounds like almost two pretty good even teams. So we'll see. Who do you say Oliver Springs would open up with next week?
That'd be Cloudland.
Who will Cofield open up with?
Cofield should have Jellicoe.
Jellicoe, yeah.
Now, has South Pitt run the table since losing to Oliver Springs earlier in the year?
No.
They lost another one to
team out of Georgia.
I can't remember who the team was, but they have ran their region and they beat Whitwell tonight at Whitwell 42-7.
Yeah, I seen that score pop up there a while ago.
Yeah.
Well, everybody can say what they want to. South Pittsburgh's just a different beast to have to handle. So, you know, they'll make their presence felt. I'm sure.
Hey, David, I just got Jesse, I think, is hosting a show, but he's sending me information, and it is. I got Coach Derek Rain calling my cell phone. Let me see if I can get him to call. We'll get him to call the show.
They lost. South Pittsburgh lost to Sequatchie County also.
David, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
So anyway, we just got kind of a final bracket here. In 1A, Cosby does open up with Rockwood.
Yeah.
Oliver Springs plays Cloudland. Jett said he's a big Rockwood fan.
Yes.
So, hey, Dave, we got Coach Rain calling. Let us take his call and call us back when we start calling college.
Later on tonight. See you, man.
Okay. Coach Rain. Coach Rain.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, not much. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Glad you made it back safe to Oak Ridge and got you a big win and went undefeated in the region this year.
Yeah, it was big. I mean, obviously we, wanted to go up there and got a big win against Lenore City the week before to kind of clinch the region championship as far as the standings go. But wanted to talk to our team this week about, hey, let's sweep the region, let's go 4-0, get a region championship, and then kind of just springboard us here going into this first round game next Friday.
Absolutely. So, we were talking about the Ray County matchup and just kind of the history since we've had five-star preps the last 6 years and we've done this show for a while. Ray County Oak Ridge, that seems to be something that's happened quite a bit in the last several years, and it's always been a good matchup.
Yeah, it has. I mean, it's kind of a natural progression. They've had some really good teams down there, and it just seems like that region that we pair up with, all those teams are so equal. It could be Ray County could be the 1 seed, the 2, 3, 4, whatever, but they're all so equal, and it's been a very common playoff appearance for Oak Ridge and Ray. It's like you used to have kind of, in the more recent era, and obviously they play a physical style of football down there, have for a long time. New coaching staffs come in this year and got them in the playoffs. So we know it's obviously you get the playoffs now. Every game is so critical and important. Yeah, we know it's going to be a big one and obviously be a big crowd out at Blankenship Friday night, and I'm sure they travel well, so it should be a fun one.
Yeah, it should be. And I'll tell you, Coach, they said a little earlier, are y'all somewhat healthy getting there, or do y'all have some season-ending injuries?
No, we're beat up a little bit. We've lost quite a few skill players that have extensive injuries that will be out. But, the good news is guys are stepping up. I mean, Blaine's still there, and, we've been decimated kind of at the receiver position with injuries, but guys have stepped up. DeMillion Porter's still there at running back for us, had a big night against Campbell tonight, ran for 180 and 3 touchdowns. Blaine's doing some more stuff with his legs. Braden Sharp, Adam Washington have kind of stepped up at receiver for us. And then you got a couple of Zayden Williams, a freshman, played a little bit tonight at receiver. So, we're just kind of trying to find some guys that'll step up and get on the field and, feel like that, we're able to, we've kind of had to change our little philosophy a little bit offensively. We're not as wide open. We're not throwing the ball more than, 9 to 15 times a game right now. But yeah, we're kind of beat up a little bit, but that's obviously no excuse. A lot of teams are at this point of the season.
Yeah, just kind of had to toughen up and change your identity and get the job done, huh?
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's what you got to do in high school football, Jonathan. It's, it is what it is. But, we as the coaches have to try to find a way to get our kids in a position to manage the game and win it. But, yeah, the injury bug, I guess from Farragut on, I mean, it's just, man, it's been something different every week. So, we're not in a great spot there as far as health-wise go. But, guys are stepping up, and defensively, guys are competing well on defense. We feel good about our defensive unit. And, now you get in the playoffs, it's just do or die. So next man up mentality, and we'll see if we can find a way to get one next week.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, good luck. Hey, and if you can't answer this question, it's no big deal. Any chance that you get the Presley kid back at some point in the playoffs?
No, it's not looking like, Will broke his collarbone against Farragut. So, I mean, that was kind of a season-ending type situation.
Okay.
Luckily for him, there's nothing extreme to where they're having to put it, do any surgeries or anything. But it's looking like he's not going to be back before the season gets over. So yeah. But he'll be back ready to go next year for us.
There you go. Well, Coach, thanks for taking time. I know it's a late night and got a lot going on, and good luck in the first round.
Yep. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Man, that's bad.
Yeah, I heard there was no chance unless it was like the last week, like state championship week,
Right.
but I didn't know. So
I'd kind of like to see, I mean, I know everybody would, but I'd kind of like to see what they could do if they was healthy. I mean, if they were completely healthy right now going into the playoffs, whoa.
And we'll take a break real quick, but here's what I was going to say. The schedule side and the bracket side, the stars are aligned.
Right.
The health thing
is
not something, I don't think it's something that, they can do much about.
Right.
It's very, very unfortunate.
Very.
So I don't see Heritage in the playoffs in anything they've sent me. Is Heritage missing the playoffs?
They're on the PAL side, right? That would be.
I'll have to look that up. Maybe they missed the playoffs. We'll see. Maybe it's Knox West, Knox Halls, PAL, and Knox Central.
It is.
Maybe Knox Central beat Heritage earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heritage is a better football team right now than.
Oh yeah, they could make some noise.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Well, Jett, we've got bills to pay, and we're going to take a quick break here on the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard. Got a lot going on. Got some news coming in, and got some coaches that will call in. A lot of good change for a lot of programs this year.
Right.
New coaches, new direction. Fulton's better than they were. Grace is better than they were. Heritage, you could see them getting better. Just a lot of good things. Clinton, we'll talk about them when we get back.
Right.
I think the year they had versus the year they could have had is a big statement in what Coach Hammock's done there.
I wonder what grade that quarterback from Heritage is in.
I don't know. I'll find out.
Figure that out.
I know a guy that might know somebody. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll hear from a couple coaches, and we'll go from there.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Over 14 13,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
And welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. We want to thank the sponsors this year. The free medical service they give the people in these rural counties is simply amazing. Over 14,000 people in Anderson, Roane, and Morgan counties have used their services. So thank them for their services and appreciate the sponsor that we can have the call-in show like we have to support the kids and the coaches and the communities. Go ahead, caller, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing? This is Don Davis. A question asked for Derek Jett.
Yeah. How you doing, Kirky?
How you doing, Gary Paul? You doing all right?
Yeah. What you got going on?
I just wanted to see what old Jackson Jett stats were for the night.
I haven't gotten his stats in, but I do know that he had a 79-yard kick return, and he hang on, let me see if he hasn't sent me his total stats yet. But
all right, I'll just call and check on my buddy here.
I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate y'all.
Hey, thank you, buddy. So, I think if you look at the playoff picture, I don't think there's many surprises. I think there might be like, okay, I thought that'd be a 1, that would be a 2.
Right.
Do you think high school home field advantage matters?
I think it's according on where you're at. I mean, just think about Anderson County. If you're playing there,
I like that.
And you walk out, or even as small as single A. When we went down to last year to South Pittsburgh, that first game of the season, we were in Hammer's shopping, and they said, "Hey, everybody, it's 6:30. It's time to close up. We got a ball game tonight." I mean, the whole city came, and every window, it's like old school. Every window said, "Go Pirates," and that cannon, man, that thing will wear you out.
If you don't want to hear it, stop it.
Right, and it's hard to do last year, that's for sure.
Yeah,
state champs.
That's right.
But yeah, I think it does. It's according on where you're at. I mean, there's of course. You could be at Sunbright, and it's not.
What's that? No, and that's why I asked you that question.
Yeah.
But when Fulton was rolling, and there was 99 kids coming down the steps at the middle of the Fulton, and the visiting side's over there sitting there staring at them.
Yeah.
And they're coming down the steps. It's intimidating.
Yeah, or you got to think, maybe when Maryville was really rolling, could you imagine being like, we're in Maryville.
Yeah.
I mean, they're ranked 24th in back. It's been years now. They're ranked 24th in the nation. Could you imagine going there and being like, well, here they are.
It's definitely psyche thing when you roll out there to play them and they have all those state championship banners in the end zone.
Right.
Yeah. But I just, the greenback back in the day, David and I used to talk about, I think that was a little bit different place to play.
Yeah. Because, they let you pull them trucks up to the gate,
That's right.
up to the fence, and they're on your side.
Yeah.
You got to listen to them,
the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it can be, but I also think, and I'll use you all as an example. Last year when you went to Cofield, the pressure was all on Cofield.
Yeah.
You're going on the road for a playoff game, and then all of a sudden you think, oh, man, we can win this game.
Right.
And then you do.
And then and they played it back to us because we had them down 10-0 at halftime, and they come back and we did get a safety, but it was 13-12 with 2 minutes left, and we had a long way to go on a 4th and 2.
For sure.
And then it just worked out that way. But the Greenback radio station tonight had a little upset with us. So,
oh really?
I reckon they said something about we should have called the dogs off or took it easy. But we always want to do that reminder. 2018, when they're up 43-0 with 1:43 left, and they throw a touchdown pass, and I believe it was to Holden Willis.
Yeah.
So just they told us, if you ever get a chance to get us back, but you probably never will. But there it is.
What was the final tonight?
54-6, I think, something.
Yeah.
55-6. I couldn't remember right off.
It's a lot. It's a lot different. In elementary school, middle school sports, you can control the score.
Right.
In high school sports,
and you want to.
Yeah, in high school sports, you want to respect your opponent.
Yeah.
The best you can. There's times. I can remember Fulton back in the day, they'd be up 70-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
And somebody would say, well, George Quarles didn't beat anybody 70-0 at halftime. And I always said, well, the best analogy I can give you, he's got a Cadillac over there.
Yeah.
Fulton had Ferraris.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's kind of the difference. I mean, it was over-under on how fast we would be on the sideline, we would set the over-under at 1 or 1.5.
Right.
On how many plays it would take them to score.
Right.
But, it's different styles. So that's kind of one of those things. At the same time, where the game is. I'll tell you what something bothers me. And I talked to a guy, played basketball at Alcoa. I don't know if you remember Travis Stennett, played at Alabama. Just an unbelievable player.
Yeah.
And his scoring record got broke one night. And it was a 40-point lead when his scoring record got broke in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes to go, and his kid's starter.
Wow.
So that's the kind of things, I think you hear people talk about.
Yeah.
And you see different things. But also those second and third string guys, they all go to practice.
Right.
So you want to try to see them
Yeah,
play.
and you're going to tell a kid not to score.
No, you can't.
That's not right.
Yeah.
So
you can't. So I'll give you a couple games here. Harriman, North Green. Is there any way Harriman wins that football game?
I believe they win it.
Okay. Oliver Springs going to Rockwood going to. Let me start over. Rockwood going to Cosby.
I want to think Rockwood has a chance at it, but I mean they're down to their third string quarterback. I think they're missing a couple of skill players here and there. If they were, I don't know, they could push them up and down the field. It'll be interesting because that region's not never really, besides Cloudland. I mean, this is the first time they haven't won it in a while, but I think Rockwood could win, but it'll be tough.
Now, there's been years where this region swept, right?
Last year, too.
Last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oakdale beat Cloudland at Cloudland.
That is right.
That was a 1-4.
That is right.
Yeah.
Those communities been through a lot up there, so
Right.
that'd be interesting to see. 2A football. Is there anybody? I don't see anybody in our area. York, Hampton, Bledsoe.
York could be pretty tough.
Yeah, and I watched York play Grace, and Grace handled them pretty good, but they've had a good season.
Right.
3A, elephant in the room.
Right.
Obviously. Alcoa. So Kingston will have a home playoff game. So he got them turned around and got them rolling in the right direction.
Yeah.
They got Gatlinburg Pittman.
Okay.
Yeah. They got Gatlinburg Pittman.
That's tough.
Austin East makes the playoffs as a 3 seed.
Wow.
So their win over Pigeon Forge gave them the 3 seed, and Pigeon Forge got the 4 seed, and the 4 seed is an invite to Alcoa.
Oh. Well, congratulations to Austin East getting in there like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, so they snuck in, and Union County snuck in at the 4 seed over Scott County.
Really?
Yeah. So that's kind of what you got there. And then the 4A, from top to bottom, you got Greenville and Carter. Carter goes up to Greenville.
Right.
That's why the Fulton-Carter game was so big. I think Greenville's definitely better than anyone up there, and they showed that tonight. Gibbs and Cherokee's on that side. Gibbs being the 2 seed. They'll have to go to Greenville. The bottom half of that bracket, you got Fulton playing at Elizabeth, and I think that's a very interesting first-round matchup.
Yeah.
If it's nice Friday, I might have to go to Bristol and play golf and catch that football game on the way back home. So that's a good game there. And then Northview and Anderson County. I think Anderson County rolls there.
Yeah.
Second round matchup with Fulton. I think they're a lot better than Fulton, but I know that was a close game for a while.
Right.
I know there's a celebration penalty that kind of made a kickoff, and Anderson County scored right before the half, but that was pretty good. But then I think down at the very bottom of that bracket, you've got Upperman.
Yeah.
Looming.
You make some noise.
Yeah. So that kind of rounds up 4A. 5A, Sevier County and Knox Central. That's not really the matchup I'm looking at. The second round matchup, and that one's what I'm looking at. You have Sevier County playing the winner of, it'll be Powell, and that will be at Sevier County. I think that will be a heck of a second round game.
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, guys. It's Jesse Smithy. How are y'all?
I'm great. How'd the show go tonight?
Really good. Just finished up there at Triple F, our playoff war room show, and able to talk about some of the matchups for round 1. And going to be an exciting one, as always.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I went and watched a little bit of the West Powell game tonight, and I was impressed with West's physicality. Is that something you've noticed in them all year?
I think that's just their normal brand of football now. I mean, especially under Lamar Brown, he's always going to predicate everything that they do on defense. And then if he can sprinkle in some offense along the way, that's going to help matters. But the way they've been able to score defensively this year has been unlike anything I've seen out of an area defense. I mean, they have one linebacker, Jack Keith, who I think has scored 4 defensive touchdowns this year.
Wow.
And I think they know that, okay, we don't have an offense that's going to put up 50 a game. That's just not what West is identity-wise. But they know their defense can help out along the way, keep teams low scoring, and allow West to win that football game. So I'm with you, Jonathan. I was impressed with West tonight. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I had Powell winning that football game. I thought tail of the tape-wise, Powell had the better quarterback, kind of equal run game, and their defense at Powell have been playing lights out this year. So that was a big-time win for West, who has Powell's number right now. I think they've won 4 in a row over Powell.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Hey, Jesse, I just got a text, and, of course, when you call, they start asking stuff, and this might not be just because of the timing. So I made an announcement earlier that All State's made the playoff. They're a 3 seed. Have you heard anything about them maybe having to forfeit a game or two because of an ineligible player?
I have not heard that, no.
Okay.
We saw them get the 3 seed tonight. I think they won that game correct over Scott County. At least they were the last time I saw. And I don't know. I'd kind of given a tip of the cap to Stan Stevens because they won a few games there late in the year that allowed them to jump up to a 3 seed. So, but I have not heard any rumblings of that just yet. I mean, I won't get an answer on that until Monday if I check with the state office. But I will put in that request and see if there's anything going on, if they're looking into any of that, and because that definitely affects the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely affects the playoffs. Any first-round matchups that you're looking forward to or it catches your eye, or are you already looking ahead to the second round?
No, I mean, there's some really good ones. I mean, I like Fulton's matchup with Elizabethton, and I think we've all known all year long that this isn't the most talented Elizabethan team that Coach Whitten has had up there, but thought they did a good job to even put themselves in a position where they could challenge Greenville for a region championship tonight. Elizabethan's top offensive player coming into the year left the program, and he's now on the roster over at Greenville. So I know that had to be a different dynamic to that game, but this is a game that I think with Fulton, even though they played poorly last night against Gibbs, they still have the guys that can give them big play ability to go up there and challenge Elizabethan. So that's a game I'll keep an eye on. Really like Central at Sevier County. I think that could be a fun matchup. A lot of good matchups there in 5A in round one, especially McMinn County Clinton. We've seen those two programs hang around in the 5A playoffs for a while, and so that could be a fun matchup in the first round. But I'm really kind of looking ahead in 5A, Jonathan, to the second round where we could probably see Powell versus Sevier County. And if Sevier County gets their running back, Tegan Avera, back, he should be back soon from that leg injury. At least that's what they anticipated, getting him back in the early rounds of the playoffs. If he's able to go whatsoever and give them 40, 50 yards in limited capacity, that drastically improves Sevier County's chances at kind of getting on to the playoffs. So I know everybody is expecting another Powell West State quarterfinal, but Sevier County's been undefeated this year for the second time in their 100 years of playing football. So this is a special team, and they have a special quarterback.
Absolutely, and Jesse Wheeler tonight was on a boot the whole second half for Powell.
He was in a boot?
Yes. I don't think he played after the second quarter. I went down there and caught a little bit of that game, and he did not play offense or defense, and literally second half he was walking around in the boot.
Oh, man.
Well, we'll see how serious it is. There's one thing I do know, that through all the years that I've been covering Powell football, they will not discuss injuries on the record. So they've had players get hurt in the past, and Matt Lowe will be very tight-lipped about that. He'll play his cards the right way, especially in this do-or-die playoff format. So he's gonna do everything he can gamesmanship-wise to make their opponents guess and have to prepare for any and every scenario. So, but we do know, we saw it in week one, what Powell looks like without Connor Wheeler at running back. They really struggle to manufacture offense. He's a big part of what they do, and it sounds like that hurt their chances again tonight.
It did, and you know how it is. When you take him off the field, you take arguably your best offense and defensive player off the field.
Yeah, that threat's
gone. Yeah, it's a tremendous loss, and then we'll see. Hopefully it's just a cautionary measure, and they want him for the playoffs, and we'll see if he's able to go next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Does Farragut DB? I thought that first round matchup in 6A, I think Farragut has a legitimate chance to go up there and win that football game.
Yeah, you don't want to face Farragut right now, right? I mean, Dobbins Bennett was happy they upset Science Hill tonight. I thought Science Hill would be the team that won that region. And what's your reward? You look on the bracket and you go, a 4-6 Farragut team. What's a losing record team doing in the 6A playoffs? That's not right. But I think they know very much that this isn't a typical 4-6 team. Farragut had won 4 games in a row going into that game last night against Maryville. They jumped off to a 21-0 lead against Maryville and nearly scored there in the final minute to either force overtime or give themselves an opportunity to go for 2 in the win. So I would not want to face Farragut right now for anything.
No, I wouldn't either. And there is some facts to this Austin East deal. Corey Anderson just texted me, so we'll get some information. But I think self-sabotage would be the word that I just got in this text message that probably tells us what we need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like I said, we'll reach out to the state office. Doubt we'll hear back from them. Usually in these circumstances, they have to communicate with schools, get everything situated, and then they start releasing information 24 hours later to the media. So we'll try to get our hands on some of those letters before that, but this will be a little bit of a slow reporting process for me, so just bear with me.
Okay. And I think this could also be a different age group that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, either way, I mean, I'll still reach out and see what's going on.
Absolutely. But I'll get you more. I'll get you more information there. So, you know, anything else that kind of catch you? I know you had a lot going on. I'm not going to hold you as long as we normally do. Anything else that you see or want to talk about here? I did hear that regions will be released on November 8th. The Morristown East appeal of them recounting the same 40-plus some students has caused a delay in all that situation. If you want to speak on that or anything else real quick before we let you go.
Yeah, I think the Board of Control basically said we're going to deny that appeal, but not officially until we get an enrollment total from the State Department of Education. And so they're kind of waiting on that. They'll reconvene here in the middle of November, I believe, to kind of finally set all those in stone. And so we'll see if that affects Morristown East enrollment total and their classification whatsoever. But this is our last time seeing Alcoa in 3A this year. They're going for a 10th consecutive state championship, which just sounds insane to say out loud. And I just don't see a team in the bracket in their general vicinity in their quadrant that's really going to give them much of a stumbling block. Now, crazy things happen in the playoffs. I don't want anybody to get hurt or anything like that, but, I mean, if something crazy like that happens, then it becomes a little bit more of a level playing field and a little bit more difficult of a road for Alcoa. But at this point, right now, you see them as just a shoe-in to at least make it to Chattanooga for another state championship appearance.
In the 4A, if you had to pick one right now, because I don't want you to pick the 1A, because Jett will just he'll melt down on me over here. Do you see a Greenville Anderson County rematch happening to go play Upperman? Is that kind of what you see if you were predicting that?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I like Anderson County's first-round matchup, though, with Northview. I mean, and they'll probably win that game pretty handily, but I love Northview's quarterback. If you get a chance to go to Anderson County next week and watch that, go watch Mason Phillips play quarterback. He doesn't have a lot of talent around him this year like he did a year ago, but he's a really great dual-threat quarterback who's going to be playing at the likes of maybe a Kennesaw State someday, and who knows, he could play his way up into a bigger scholarship at some point. He's just a special player. So, just reading the tea leaves there, I mean, you probably got Greenville Gibbs in the second round, which I think will be a fun matchup. But probably if I had to pick today, Greenville versus AC in the quarterfinals, and probably Loudon versus Upperman in the quarterfinals there on the second quadrant there. So some good representation there in 4A as always.
I'm not going to put you on the spot for 5A because I think next Friday when you call, we're going to have a lot of good fun talk about 5A football.
Yeah, I agree. That's a loaded bracket with a ton of local teams, and it just basically guarantees that somebody from our area is going to be playing for a state championship. We make up the top half of that entire 5A bracket with our area teams and regions, so it's always fun to cover.
And what's crazy is I think the best 3 teams out of our area in 5A are all going to have to play each other to get to an Oak Ridge or a Walker Valley or, an East Hamilton.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's as tough of a year as Oak Ridge has had with injuries, with surprising losses. They still get the 1 seed. They are in a favorable part of that quadrant. And DeMillion Porter ran the football well for them tonight. I know they're not throwing the ball out. They're having to change the way they do things offensively. But they're still in a position to have a nice postseason and try to flip the script on their season so far. So that'll be something we keep an eye on as well.
I think I read something on Facebook about Ray County. We had to go to TSSAA Wednesday over a game they did not play with Howard. And they were going to have Howard, I think it was Howard wanting to make them forfeit. Is that anything?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You heard anything on that?
Not sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Ray County's not one of our area teams that we cover, so I was not able to kind of track that story on that one.
Okay.
You've been a little busy, hadn't you, bud?
Yeah, I was just curious if y'all had seen it.
Yeah, we got our hands full a little bit, but I mean, they're always a good team, especially when Mark Pemberton was down there, and we'll see what they bring to the postseason this year.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesse, thank you so much. I know it's a very exhausting, overwhelming time. We'll let you get home, get done what you need to get done, and let the playoffs begin.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
5 more weeks, bud. Hang in there.
Thank you.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Cox, Coach Price, Grace Christian Academy.
Hey, buddy, we were just talking about you. What a great turnaround the Rams have had this year to be 8-2 and heading back home to play a home playoff game.
Yeah, it's been, I think, at least for a couple hours tonight, we kind of reflect on this regular season and kind of told our kids at the end of the game, just, man, they took our program on a journey, these first 10, and that obviously, those that's kind of behind you now. You know, everybody's 0-0 heading into this playoff week. To be hosting a playoff game is a big deal, so we're excited about turning the page to the playoffs.
Absolutely. Coach, who do you all host next week?
I think it looks like we're going to be hosting North Point Christian. They're actually from Mississippi. They're, I guess, close to the border or something. You know, so they're a Tisbay team. Obviously don't know much about them right now, but we'll probably get on that pretty quick and, you know, just kind of see what their strengths are and what type of challenge we got in front of them.
Absolutely. So that's good you don't have to go to them, Coach. That's a long way away from home.
Right.
Yeah, it is. You know, and that's the good thing about this year in our playoffs with getting that 3 seed. This year, the East region hosts it. Gets to host it as a 3 seed. So North Point's their 3 seed out west. And, you know, obviously we let win, you know, tonight, you know, I felt, you know, I was telling our kids, I felt like for a half we showed that we can play with the elite teams in our classification. And, you know, I think the key now is that we're closing the gap. You know, the key now is can we do that consistently? You know, the second half just wasn't, especially that third quarter kind of snowballed on us. But the first half, you know, we just felt like we were in control of the game, being physical, executing the way we needed to. But, you know, either way, we're hosting tomorrow and or next Friday. And, you know, I think we learned a lot tonight about just where we're heading as a program. You know, it kind of got, you know, turned on us a little bit in the second half. But that first half just showed where we are.
Coach, 2 questions. Did they start the opening drive of the third quarter from the 5-yard line?
Yeah, we had a little sky kick, and you know, they had one of their better players there, and we had him. You know, we felt like it was a pretty good kick, but he just got through our coverage, and
Gotcha.
we ended up tackling. You know, so that was a quick turnaround. They, you know, they kicked the field goal. We were up 14-6. They kicked the field goal right, basically almost the last play of the second quarter. Then the start of the third quarter was 7 points. I mean, that's a 10-point. Now that middle eight that people talk about, and you know, they were able to swing 10 points and take the lead, and you know, really never look back on their end.
Absolutely. Hey, and one more thing, were you calling plays from the top row of the stands?
Yeah, that was me.
They not?
Their press box is fairly small, and
okay.
you know, also just more media there tonight. We just the view was about the same on either side, so we decided to go over there and, you know, just have a little more space. The view was about the same, so we just wanted a little more space. So it worked out. I mean, that's just part of it. And, you know, obviously, it was a good – I mean, we had a good picture of what was going on. We just, you know, the second half, you know, we just kind of let some things slip through our fingers. And, you know, obviously, Carrion Thomas had another big night with about 170-something yards rushing, ended up with 3 total touchdowns. Just a phenomenal night tonight. I think he's, you know, we just leaned on him, and our offensive line did a really good job against a very physical Boyd Buchanan team. I mean, obviously, Coach Rankin knows what he's doing. He gets his teams playing hard and physical, but, you know, for a half, we showed that we were right there with him.
Absolutely. That is a positive. So the other 2 teams on the side of the bracket that you could match up with next, who are those 2 teams that are playing?
So it's CAK versus CPA. So, you know, the thing about us, if we obviously we're going to focus on North Point, but, you know, after that, we would go on the road to CPA if they beat CAK. And, you know, obviously, you know, CPA is kind of set the standard right now in our classification. You know, they're moving up to AAA next year, but, you know, so I'm sure they're going to want to finish this one out. But that's where we would go, which is actually the quarterfinal round. The private school division, we only have 4 rounds in the playoffs.
So is there a bye between the semifinals and state championship? Is that how that works?
Yeah, well, yes. So, like, the week of Thanksgiving is a bye week for the private schools.
Gotcha. So the semifinal week. Good deal. Coach, congratulations on a great season. I know the 8-2 mark is very good, and there's been a lot of change over there, and it's been a great year and a great ride. And like you said, the seniors have taken you on that journey, and there's still big steps to take. But congratulations on a great year.
No doubt, man. We appreciate it. Go Rams.
Now you get rewarded with a 9 a.m. game at Tate's School tomorrow morning, buddy.
Hey, very ready. UCA elementary basketball show.
That's right. All right. See you, Coach.
See you. Bye.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
What do you say, guys?
We don't know. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Come back from a thumping at Heritage.
How good's that quarterback Heritage has?
He's looked pretty good.
Dragons not show much fight tonight, or just Heritage looked that good? What was going on?
Well, I believe it's more Heritage than Clinton. I think they came ready to play, but it's got off to a slow start. Heritage received, though, and kicked off and went down and scored. Then they kicked off, and he slipped and fell on the return. And we started out on about the 2-yard line and had to punt from there, and then we was down 14-0 pretty quick. And stayed that way for a little bit. We finally got out of the hole, got some field position, but when they weren't able to score, then we went down 20-0, and finally Benjamin hooked up with Maddox for a touchdown, and then Heritage came right back and scored. So I think it was 40-7 at halftime. So had a running clock there in the second half. So it was not a good night for the Dragons.
Wow.
But you think that Region 4 may sweep Region 3 and 5A next week?
No. No.
Oak Ridge may beat Ray County. I know they're limping into the playoffs, but Ray County could go in there and win that game, I think.
I'm not sure that Ray County's going to make the playoffs. If what you just showed me is true.
Well, they said that they didn't deny Howard's request for the forfeit. That's the reason why I asked, because it says 5-4, and I remember reading this guy's post, but it says now that Ray County has agreed to play Howard twice or pay $2,000
restitution.
Yeah.
So they end up making up that game, basically.
It says Howard is officially eliminated from playoff contention. Ray County is in.
So there you go. So Ray County is
that's
in.
why
I knew there's some stuff over that game, but it is settled. So I know Ray County will not. I don't think Ray County beats Oak Ridge. I think Oak Ridge wins that football game. Sleepy, here's what I'll tell you. Ray County doesn't have, and I'll make sure I look at this right again. On the bottom half of the bracket, Ray County and Oak Ridge are the only two teams with winning records. Because you all play McMinn, they're 500. And then the bottom of the bracket has a couple winning records. But no, I don't see. I see Oak Ridge winning. I don't know that Lenoir City might not go to Walker Valley and win.
Yeah.
Or Walker Valley, coming up to Lenoir City. I don't think Lenoir City might win that game. Lenoir City's had a good defense all year.
Yeah.
You've got to see Lenoir City in person. Do you think they're capable of winning a first-round playoff game?
They could, but I don't see them beating Walker Valley. I don't know what's happened to Walker Valley this year. They had a lot of players coming back, what I heard, and sort of disappointed. I figured they would beat McMinn County tonight, but they got hammered.
Yeah, I think they're 6-3, and they had a couple close losses, but then got hammered tonight. I think Clinton is playing arguably the best team in that region. I think McMinn County could be the best team in that region.
That's another.
Yeah, they're playing
9 games.
Playing well here. I know they got off to a slow start, but they've been playing some pretty good football here of late. And but I don't know if we can recapture the magic from last year going down there and winning. It's going to be tough. We'll have to play a lot better than we played tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be interesting to see. Well, I was going to say this earlier when we talked about it. I'm, for the Dragons to be in the playoffs with 3 wins right now,
right,
for what they went through last spring to November 1st. Tip my cap to them.
Yeah, for sure. And third seed.
Yeah.
You know,
third seed in the playoffs.
Right.
Tip my cap to them. You go from winning a playoff game last year against Oak Ridge to everything that went on in the Clinton community and that football team and the program and Coach Hammock stepping in and doing the job they've done. Hats off to Clinton football.
And everything that's still going on, they're still investigating some of that stuff.
Yeah, I give Coach Hammock credit. He stepped in and stepped up and kept the program stable, kept the kids there for the most part.
Do you think he tries to stay, or do you think it's a one and done?
Well, he said he's one and done. He's just filling in for this year.
Hey, Sleepy, is there any information you can give us on air about the coaching search and how that started, or if it started yet?
Yeah, it started back in the summer, I believe.
Is there any truth to a guy that's on the same campus you're on, maybe not the same building, the same campus you're on, interested in that job?
I've heard that.
At Clinton High School, I don't really know. I haven't heard any names really.
Okay.
Only name I heard was Rodney Ellison. Used to be on the staff at Clinton, and he was head coach there at Powell.
Yeah.
I've heard that name. But
somebody the other night on Facebook put four former Wildcats names on it. Caillou Graham was one of them. Rodney Ellison was one of. I don't know if he's former Wildcat, but he was one of the names I seen on the list. There's about 6.
Caillou.
He was one of the names that's just somebody talking though. I don't know if that's got any ground to it, but
if I was,
who was the other names you hear?
I can't remember exactly. I don't even remember who the post was.
Mm-hmm.
If Jason Hammock does not want the job, there is one guy I would call to be the head football coach at Clinton High School. Gary Terry.
I thought, who would that be?
Gary Terry.
As the head coach at Clinton.
Absolutely. Who has done a better job marketing Anderson County's football team than that guy? And Clinton needs that. Clinton needs that. When you show up to watch Clinton Oak Ridge play and there's 250 people in the stands, Clinton needs someone marketing. Clinton needs a more exciting environment. He could find an OC and a DC to come coach with him and let him run the day-to-day stuff he's running right now and build that football program. That program needs excitement. It needs excitement.
I think Coach Terry tried to get the job when Gaylor left. I'm not mistaken. And they hired Catlett. And then, then Coach Terry went to AC then. I'm not mistaken. I just don't think he would leave Anderson County. He's got a great thing going on up there, and I just don't see. I think he's got too much disdain for to come to Clinton and coach, unless he just wanted to be a head coach. But
I'm not mistaken.
Can't see him wearing orange and black.
I'm not mistaken. I thought I read somewhere that maybe somebody up there in Anderson County might be interested in that job.
Tony Lambert.
Defense coordinator?
Yeah.
Yep. I've heard that.
Yeah. That was the one I was originally.
Is that what you was?
That was the one I was originally.
I got a spin in there.
Yeah, that was the one I was originally referring to. That said, worked on the same campus that Sleepy works on.
Right.
That's the one I'd kind of heard too.
That's what I was trying to.
Yeah. AC campus. Oh yeah. Yeah, Coach Lambert. Yeah, he's successful long-time coach there at Oneida, and.
I also heard the offense coordinator's name thrown around, Mr. Coquit.
I was thinking Caleb Slover there at Carnes. He's the OC.
That's another one.
Joined them this year. That's someone I thought that might be interested. He's bounced around some schools here in the last 10 years. But his son, the quarterback at Carnes, he just got there. I don't know if Caleb Slover would leave Carnes, after 1 year.
I would say
possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say he wants to be a head coach again.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, That's the name I was thinking, but I haven't heard anybody apply. But I know I haven't heard really any names. I was thinking it'd be hard. I don't know. It'd be hard to go out here and find a good coach. I may be wrong at this time at Clinton. I don't know with everything going on, but I got a lot of faith in the principal, Robbie Harrell, and
yes,
I know he's telling me, that it's going to be it's going to get a good coach in there, and I got a lot of faith in Mr. Harrell to do that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, well, Sleepy, I hope it works out. We've got to take a commercial break. We got to get back. And all that good stuff. But congratulations, Clinton, on a great year, on a bounce back. I thought they're kind of, and I will not say the community, to the kids and the coaches that did it. Congratulations to the ones who supported. Hats off to you. For the ones that didn't show up, it's disappointing because those kids in that community, they needed that, and the kids and the coaches rallied, and the community complained on every social media platform they could complain on and didn't show up to support the kids for the most part. So.
Yeah, Points had a lot of solid support this year.
What do you say?
I think he said they had
a
lot
good solid core, mostly parents, I guess, and everything. Yeah. But you got some that hasn't been back. But for the most part, it's a good crowd there tonight, and this team ain't going to give up. I know they keep fighting, and so I'm looking forward to going back to Athens again next week. I'll check out the Western Sizzle.
There you go. Hey, buddy, thank you for calling in.
All righty.
Have a great night. Man, I've got a couple loyal people that watch the show don't like that GT move.
Right.
So if they don't like it, it tells you what, if you're Clinton.
Right.
It tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back on the Free Medical Clinic. We're going to go ahead and start at 11:30. We're going to go ahead and talk a little college football. Nobody calls. Maybe we can get home in a decent hour.
Yeah.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
Get ready for the ultimate celebration at the Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge, New Year's Eve 2025 countdown. First ever ice skating rink. Live bands rocking the stage. On December 31st at 8K Bissell Park, Oak Ridge. Food trucks. This is free to the public because of our amazing event sponsors. Bring your lawn chairs. Ring in the new year with their family and friends. Enjoy spectacular fireworks show that will light up the sky. Don't miss the grand finale, the epic T-Cat Harriman, one-of-a-kind atomic bomb drop at midnight. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
And we're going to go right back here on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard to a highlight that makes...
This is with about 35 seconds left in the first half.
A dad proud.
Yeah.
He didn't get this last part from you.
Yeah. That's the monkey off his back, though. I mean, proud of him. I am. That is my son, but that's a. He got 2 touchdowns today. That's the first 2 of the season for him.
They didn't get called back.
No, and you know, no pun intended here, but the referees didn't take it away from him this time.
That's right. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Well, Jonathan Cox there, the GOAT there after a 3-week absence there. You back in the studio, brother?
I was here 2 weeks ago. Hey, me and you got to work on simple math.
I know it. He's calling you out.
He is.
I went to school at Shinlever, so you know how that goes.
Yeah, you got your GT flag out, don't you? You gonna put a sign in your yard, GT for head coach?
Was that? I was listening there a little while ago. Of course, Quainer was on the phone there, and I had time to run up to Crystal and get me a few burgers there. And I come back, and he's still talking. But anyway, was that one of the Price twins that called in earlier?
Yeah, Justin called in, head coach there at Grace. We had him on the show tonight for a few minutes. Went 8-2 this year. Took over a program that was actually in better shape than people give it credit for. Had some talent in the pipeline, but it was really young talent. They were freshmen last year. And they went on to win 8 games and host a home playoff game. So a really good year for the Grace Rams and Justin Price.
Well, I'll tell you what, there, him and his brother there, I don't know how well you know him, Jonathan, but you talking about 2 outstanding young men. Those 2 guys are are special.
Yeah, they've, success has followed them. I did a little, when the Grace job came open, I just did a little research, and Campbell County's program, and don't hold me the exact number here since you counted me off for 3 weeks, but Campbell County's program had a winning percentage of less than 27% in the school's history. And when they were there, their winning percentage was just over 50. So
I can believe that. Yeah, they completely turned that program around there.
Yeah.
For sure there. I know that the story behind those guys there, and I don't know, that was before the transfer portal started with high school players there. I know they started out playing at Campbell County, and they end up at Anderson County playing there their last couple of years.
Yeah, their last year they did play at Anderson County. I remember that. I was in college, but I do remember that.
Yes, sir, there. But gosh almighty, I don't know. It's like, and I'm not knocking it or anything else, but it seems like Anderson County, they've got a pipeline there up to Campbell County there because, like this year right here, the Campbell County's quarterback there, he's down there playing for AC this year.
Absolutely. When I was in school, like my early freshman year, 8th grade year, I remember them calling them the I-75 All-Stars.
I can believe it now. I can't believe it.
But the Price brothers cut that pipeline off for a while, but it might be opening back up after the wing T's in effect in Campbell County.
Well, let me ask you this, Jonathan. There, when the Price twins come to Anderson County, who was the coach there at that time?
That'd be Larry Kerr.
Oh, it was Coach Kerr?
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking he probably was there, but anyway, I know that you guys are getting ready to talk a little bit of college football there. I'm a little bit skeptical about tomorrow's game against the Wildcats from Kentucky there. Of course, we'll be home in black and all that there, but that gun, we got to score some points in the first half.
Yeah, I took Kentucky with 16.5.
And I'm kind of, you wouldn't think you would be there, but Vanderbilt seems to be playing good football as well.
Yeah, Vanderbilt's playing really good football. They just couldn't get in a rhythm last week on offense against Texas.
Man, I wanted them to.
I was sitting there trying to cheer for them and pull for them, but you could just tell. Against Alabama, they had a rhythm about their offense. You could tell the play caller was play action and running, he just had it going. But against Texas, they had a harder time blocking Texas. I'll say that I don't know that we have witnessed an Alabama team this bad in 10 to 12 years.
Oh, easy, yeah.
Oh, I believe you too, though. It seems like there's this really one big point there. They don't seem to be as disciplined as they were when Coach Saban was there.
No, and even just the discipline part, but I mean, I don't know, it just don't seem the same.
Well, they lost quite a few, but I mean, that's what happens when you hire a Pac-12 coach. I don't think he's. What was that meme I seen the other day? It said it took this guy 7 games to ruin what Saban done in 10 years or whatever.
It's amazing how quick
it's turned right around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically the same quarterback from last year. And all he does is throws it to Williams. I mean.
Yeah, 17-year-old. That's another fact there that, did you know that Williams kid for Alabama, that's the youngest
I like his.
college football player that's ever lost a game at
UT. I like that one.
Hey, here's what's funny. There will be kids starting their junior year in high school. Starting their junior year in high school, playing sports older than that guy's freshman in high college.
Yep.
Oh, I don't doubt it at all there. But you guys got a prediction there for the Kentucky game tomorrow night?
Let's say 24-10, Tennessee.
I like that. I got 4-0 on the football board. What about you, Jonathan? What do you got?
I thought 28-13.
28-13?
I took them on 16.
Good then. Now, who does the Vols have after Kentucky the following week?
Yeah, Mississippi State.
And then Georgia, right?
And then they go to Georgia and they come back home, and I think they play
UTEP.
TSD or somebody.
Okay, that's their homecoming game.
Yes.
Okay, good deal. All right, Jonathan, I'm glad to see you back in there. They were referring to you last week. I don't know who the hell come up with it, but they said the GOAT, Jonathan Cox, is not in studio tonight.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'll have to figure out what that acronym stands for, but it wasn't greatest of all time.
I hear you. All right, guys, be safe going home.
All right, thank you, buddy.
All righty, bye.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
I had time to run to over UT and get my box ready tonight with Mike on the phone there. So
there.
Hey guys, listen. If Tennessee don't cover the spread tomorrow night, they're playing their way out of the championship playoffs. Watch and see.
Come on, dude.
I just had a guy at work say that they had to start covering the spread. That's exactly what he said.
Right.
That's what he said at work. That's exactly what he said.
If they come out and lay an egg tomorrow night, watch and see if they don't play their way out, because Georgia loss is coming. That's what we think anyway. I don't think there's anybody taking Tennessee in that game. Georgia loss is coming. You don't know what Vanderbilt's going to do.
Right.
And if you don't cover the spread tomorrow night, Tennessee plays their way out of the championship, and they can look at this game right here and say, here's what got us. I think Tennessee wins tomorrow night, but they better cover the spread. That's all I got.
So, David, what you're saying is your record against the spread is important when it comes down to the last 6 spots of the college football playoffs? Or are you saying that you need to be impressive in your wins?
Listen, I'm just a guy that just picks it here, but I do listen enough to figure out some other people's maybe smarter than I am. That's what everybody, there is not anybody that's not talking that about Tennessee, how they've been playing in the first half and how it's, really they've got to pick it up. Tennessee needs to come out tomorrow night and hang 60 on Kentucky. That's what they need to do. They need an impressive win for their pick to win by, what's the point spread, 15 and a half?
16 and a half.
Yeah, okay. They need to come out and win by more than that. They need to come out and win by a touchdown better than what the spread is tomorrow night. Be impressive, because I just think they could play themselves out. I'm just listening to all the people that call themselves experts.
But this
Not
has
an
to
expert.
be.
I'm just an old Clinton boy.
Yeah. But, David, don't this have to be the best defense they've played against all year? I mean, is Kentucky, whose defense is better than Kentucky's that they played this year?
Well, Kentucky's got a lot of injuries, too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Kentucky's got some. Kentucky's got. Oklahoma's defense wasn't bad, guy.
No, Oklahoma's defense was good. Alabama's was average.
It's not bad.
Not good for them, but average for.
Not normal.
Not normal. Well.
Here's now listen to me, Heupel. Here's what you done this week at Tennessee. You didn't take the bye week like you did the last bye week. Everybody at UT is saying we took it different this week. That means it tells me they practice and they're trying. They know there's a lot riding on this game tomorrow, and they've got, Tennessee's got the defense, but do they have the offense? That's the $1 million question in the room right there. I think that sums it up right there. I hope Tennessee wins by 30 tomorrow night, but I think it's 20-18 Tennessee.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think that the young gentleman playing quarterback has to show us some strides that he's taken from the first half of Alabama, the Arkansas game, Alabama first half, and show us the second half of Alabama when he got rocked, that something changed.
Yeah.
And these next 2 games, I think, is a great time to win 2 football games and put up a lot of points if he's really going to be who we thought he could be.
Yeah, we're far enough in the season and he's showing that.
And I think he's going to be a good quarterback.
Yeah.
I really do. I think you can see it. I think he's really going to be a really good quarterback. I really do. And we got to perform tomorrow, guys. And if we don't perform tomorrow, I'm afraid that Tennessee at the end of the football season is going to be looking and saying, man, we're the number 13 team and we're left out of a 12-team playoff round here and we're not in it. Right now, everybody's picking Tennessee to be the 8th and I think have to play Texas, I think. That's what I seen the other day.
Bring them on.
Right. I'll have to watch that.
You sure about that?
Absolutely. Josh Heupel owns Texas.
Well, Texas might be the best. Texas could be the best defense that Tennessee will play against them later on if they make
Josh Heupel owns Texas.
Now, myself, I would rather Tennessee play somebody like Ohio State. I think to me that would be an easier game than playing Texas.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a scenario. I gave my pops the other day when we were having lunch. If you're a Tennessee fan, are you better off winning every game on the schedule but Georgia, or are you better off winning out and losing the SEC championship game? That was our conversation the other day.
Wow.
I
don't know. Don't the SEC championship? If you win the SEC championship game, that puts you in a. Would that not put you in a position to be in one of the bye situations in the playoffs?
Yeah, but I'm saying lose the SEC championship game. I think you're better off losing Georgia and getting a week off than beating Georgia, going to play in the championship game, and possibly getting the crap beat out of you against Texas.
Right.
Well, but though, wouldn't it be better if you lost Georgia going to play in the SEC champion or going to play in the SEC championship and winning that game? Because the winner of that game, won't the winner of that game get one of the? They'll get a bye, won't they?
Yeah, if Tennessee were to win the SEC championship, they would definitely have a top 4 bye and a home game, and then go play in one of the big games.
We still got A&M out there too. Texas A&M still. That's going to be a big game at the end of the season with Texas.
I'm going to say I'd sooner beat Georgia. I really had. I think you beat. I think you. And I know it's not your scenario, but I would rather beat. I would rather beat Georgia.
Yeah, I'd like to beat Georgia too.
And run the table and beat Georgia. And if you have to lose to somebody else. But just go down and beat the Dogs. Georgia's not a very good. I don't think Georgia is the number 1 team in the country right now. I really don't. I don't think they've been.
Who do you think is?
Notch football. I don't think their quarterback is. I don't think Beck's been playing the high standards that he's played to in the past. I mean, that's just me.
I think Beck doesn't have the. I don't think Beck has a tight end like he had last year.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think he has as many receivers. You got to think about who he was throwing the football to last year. So, yeah, the quarterback for him, he doesn't look as good this year. Neither does Milroe.
No, not at all.
Well, I think, you man there said mention Texas A&M. I think you got a controversy at Texas A&M. I think you have to see, which quarterback's Texas A&M going to play. Because you have some rumblings there, about a quarterback. You have a quarterback come in and pretty much take over a game from one that started. So, I think you have to look. Texas A&M's playing awful well. So
the one that come in and beat LSU, he done 5 straight drives.
Yep.
He did, and I tell you another team, guys, you better watch Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Just watch them. Just see who wins Penn State, Ohio State tomorrow.
I'm going hopefully Penn State.
I'm with you. 100%. I hope Penn State does win.
Yeah.
I sure do.
And I think they truly
guys,
can.
I hope I'm wrong on that 20-18. I hope it's like 40-18. So we'll go with 20-18 tomorrow, Tennessee.
There you go.
See you, buddy.
See you, man.
I got a buddy that said that Kentucky's mailed it in. Tennessee big tomorrow, but he said don't count out Coach Pemberton. And I'm not counting out Coach Pemberton.
No.
I think it hurts when you try to change, when college coaches now, when they change their system, they change their personnel because of the transfer portal.
Right.
In high school, it's hard to do. It's like going from a, zone offense to a man offense, a run and gun to slow it down. It just takes some time to get that going.
Yeah, in Campbell County, they've been known to throw the ball. So, he's got to get the community behind him and get people excited about playing for Campbell County, though.
Well, and the Jacksboro's playing in the championship, I'm pretty sure, at
Yeah,
Campbell
they are.
County Saturday. I think they played last year for it, too.
Yeah.
So,
between those, the Follett and, they should have a program there. I just, maybe they'll turn it around. He did lose a lot.
It gets harder when you start, when you when you put Robertsville and Jefferson together,
Right.
and you put La Follette and Jacksonville together, I always use that analogy. It ain't as easy.
No.
It ain't as easy.
That's what I always used to say, and no pun against the guys from Oak Ridge or whatever, but in Little League. But I mean, when they played in the VFL, and it's pretty much Oak Ridge's league,
Yeah.
It was kind of easier way to go about it, but
Absolutely. Well, Jett, we're kind of slowing down here on the phone ring, and what's your looking back on, the season? It's been a really good year here. A lot of local kids tonight ended their senior year.
yeah.
Not playing any more high school football and losing that. That's
I hate that. I hate that for them because it's like that little meme on Facebook says, and I post it every year. Everybody does. It's about if you're a baseball guy, you can play men's league softball till you're 60. Or you can play pickup basketball, but you may never ever, or you're probably never going to strap on a uniform. You might go play some backyard chicken football league or something, but football. I mean, I feel for them. I remember my last time. It takes you everything you got to get off the field.
Yeah.
It's it.
Yeah.
It's like watching them senior night tonight. I've seen them kids play since they were 4 or 5 years old. We were against them, in youth league and stuff, but still. It's they're just narrowing down.
Yeah.
And reality's got to set in.
Absolutely. And a lot of good years. Hopefully our teams will get it going here in the playoffs and make a deep run, and we can be here for at least. We know we'll be here for at least 2 more weeks.
Right.
And then after that, it's kind of who's going to be here and who's not. So great show.
Yeah.
Great year. The week 10. And week 12, outside of the opening week, that's my favorite 2 weeks. Right. I like that second round of the playoffs, and I always tell everybody the playoffs don't start to the second round.
Yeah, that's when it gets fun.
Yeah, and then you get your quarterfinals and your semifinals. But
that's for the show. Yeah, it's been fun. I ain't never thought I'd ever be on anything like this, but it's all right.
That's it is. It is. And I know Brad's still on his way home tonight. Really good. They had a really good first half football game down there, and second half not so much. But all in all,
can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Chandler said their biggest fuse is the second and the third time the game's being played.
Right.
So, but all's good. Good luck to y'all next week.
Thank you.
I expect to see you back in here a winner.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to talk. I think I'm gonna bring Brad on the air next week.
That'll work.
Yeah. And me, you, Brad, and DJ, we're gonna talk a little Oliver Springs Coalfield.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little Oliver Springs Coalfield.
Yeah.
It's his station, but it's our show. So we're gonna bring him on the air. We're just gonna. A little 5-minute segment of Coalfield, Oliver Springs. We're going to let you and him kind of hash it out. I'll mediate it, and we'll let DJ. We'll let him throw in what he needs to throw in.
He'll add a little fuel to the fire.
He'll add a little fuel to the fire. So, go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, now I'm just going to go ahead and nip this in the bud. I know Hammock don't want to come back. If they really want to make some noise out there in the Dragon Nation and make some things happen and shake it back like Coach Keith did, the solution is simple. Hire me.
There we go. There we go. Mike Hendricks, DJ for your head coach.
Hire me, and it's over. It's over. It's over. We are going to compete in the playoffs. We're going to go deep in the playoffs. People want to play for me. Clinton turns around instantly next year with the coach DJ Pendergrass High.
Get that resume ready. Jett raise some money. He'll get the donors right.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know if they got NIL for coaches yet?
I don't know. We'll start it, though.
Yeah, we'll definitely start it for you.
As my buddy Antonio Hamilton told a fan from Clinton one night, if my name was the Knoxville Dragons, I'd be better than y'all. I said, Hamilton, go home. You've already beat them in a jamboree. Go home, man.
That was a good one.
He was telling them they were the Knoxville Dragons.
Coach, that's too funny.
Oh, yeah.
That's too funny. Well, you guys had a good show tonight. Pulling for the balls tomorrow. Learned a lot of great things tonight. Can't wait for playoffs. Great episodes and seasons we had this year on the show. So just want to thank you guys for being so great. And if you can put in the word, go ahead and let's get those Dragons rolling again. I'll be out there, baby.
Hey, I got you, man. I got you some swag next week, too. All right, DJ?
Yeah, I need that, man. And just for sure, we're not coming home until something comes out. So
there we go. Hey, we'll see you. Hey, and hopefully we'll see you next Friday night. It'll be fun, and hope all goes well there at the hospital, okay?
All right, appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
All right, see you, bud.
All right.
That's the real DJ right there.
Right. That's right. Oh, yeah. All right, Jett, it's been fun. Good luck to everyone in the playoffs. They're coming up in round one, and hopefully we'll see you back here next Friday night on the free medical clinic Friday Night Scoreboard.
Get ready for the ultimate celebration at the Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge. New Year's Eve 2025 countdown. First ever ice skating rink. Live bands rocking the stage. On December 31st at 8K Bissell Park, Oak Ridge. Food trucks. This is free to the public because of our amazing event sponsors. Bring your lawn chairs. Ring in the new year with your family and friends. Enjoy spectacular fireworks show that will light up the sky. Don't miss the grand finale, the epic T-Cat Harriman, one-of-a-kind atomic ball drop at midnight. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The Free Medical Clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Get ready for the ultimate celebration at the Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge, New Year's Eve 2025 countdown. First ever ice skating rink. Live bands rocking the stage. On December 31st at 8K Bissell Park, Oak Ridge. Food trucks. This is free to the public because of our amazing event sponsors. Bring your lawn chairs. Ring in the new year with your family and friends. Enjoy spectacular fireworks show that will light up the sky. Don't miss the grand finale, the epic T-Cat Harriman, one-of-a-kind atomic ball drop at midnight. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The Free Medical Clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's one person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more for you.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be
said if we hadn't changed plans. You see, we've got some viewers who are Grace Christian fans who turned our attention to the fact that the Rams are playing for a section championship in Week 11 against Boyd Buchanan. It's a 2-hour trip? No problem. There's a lot of reason to be excited if you're a fan of the Rams. First-year coaches Justin and twin Matt Price have gotten this team off to its best start since 2013. That's saying something, considering Grace finished just 3-7 a season ago. So yeah, win tonight, you're the #1 seed in the East for the playoffs that begin next week. But it's not going to be easy because Boyd Buchanan is coming off a state runner-up season and is led by the winningest coach in Tennessee history, former Alcoa head man Gary Rankin. The Buccaneers are undefeated and want to keep it that way to earn a second straight East Tennessee title. Can Grace go on the road and play spoiler? We'll find out tonight on our OAB Law Game of the Week, day or night, 24/7. Someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit that website full of helpful information, brackettojett.com. That's OEB OEB Law. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined once again by my fellow Wartburg Blue brother, the doc, the coach, the legend, Dan Shoemaker. Kind of a full circle moment for you here, as the final game you coached was against Boyd Buchanan, and you graduated high school about 12 miles from here.
Yeah, Aaron, it's really kind of interesting and kind of sad in a sense. The last time I was at this field, we had a good night that night. That was in the fall of 1982, and the Yellow Jackets of Lookout Valley defeated the Buccaneers. We got that win, and we didn't have a whole lot of wins, so that was a good night for us. My last game as a head coach was a convincing loss in the 2010 quarterfinals at Wartburg. Somewhere in those 28-year time span, this Boyd Buchanan program figured out how to play some football. And now it's been 14 years later. Gary Rankin has his team poised to make another run to the state championship.
He sure does. That's Dan Shoemaker. I'm Aaron Harvey. It's week 11, so the playoff picture is the most clear that it's going to get until tomorrow morning. We'll tell you about which of the games to score watch, and we'll preview our matchup tonight as well a little later. It's the pregame show, and this is the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Tim Elrod. Over the years, you've heard us at OEB Law say, let us turn your wreck into a check. We still do that for many families, but I want to take the time to go beyond the slogan. I think I've learned over the years, and more every day, that the most important thing for an attorney to understand is the value of being a partner to you. When you and your family call an attorney, you're calling because you need some help. You need someone to pull alongside you and stand with you. We understand the process of the legal system. You probably don't. So it's our responsibility to keep you informed about every step of the process. You're going to have questions about what's going on. What's next? What do I need to know? Our responsibility is to guide you through the process with the information that you need, the answers to your questions, and the assurance that we have your back at OEB Law. You have my word. We stand with you because communication is key.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Upgrade your home with stunning natural gas appliances from Oak Ridge Utility District. Enjoy 0% financing with approved credit and turn your dream kitchen into a reality. Call today for a free estimate, get free delivery on all purchases, and enjoy handsome incentives on our appliances. Free delivery, 0% financing, and impressive incentives makes now the perfect time to switch to affordable, safe, and reliable natural gas. Don't wait. Choose Oak Ridge Utility District, your affordable energy choice. Call now or visit our website to get started.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually from over 700,000 patients who receive hope and healing. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. It means completing more than 400,000 appointments for wellness and primary care, and serving 107,000 heart patients, along with those who their hearts beat for. It means providing 24,000 cancer patients with life-saving treatments and welcoming 8,000 babies into the world each year. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
In East Tennessee, our work heritage runs deep. For over a century, the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union Local 102 has been part of the area's growth and prosperity. Don't sell yourself or your business short by hiring unskilled labor. Our cutting-edge labor training facility equips our members with the advanced skills needed to be the very best in the industry. Keep jobs local and the money in the state. At Local 102, we work tirelessly today to help build a better tomorrow for our community and our members.
Welcome back to the OAB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey alongside Dan Shoemaker. We traveled south for November to bring you tonight's matchup between Grace Christian and Boyd Buchanan. That kickoff coming up in about 21 minutes. By the way, happy November 1st, or as I like to say, Merry Christmas. But also, Dan Shoemaker, happy 50% off Halloween Candy Day. It's one of my favorite days of the year. So it's week 11. We've got a lot to talk about, including the playoffs. I spent a lot of time Monday and Tuesday going through all the classifications, looking at regions 1 through 4 to jot down the different playoff scenarios, only to find out that TSSAA posted all of them on the website, and they were available at least by Wednesday morning. LOL. But it's okay, because I feel a lot more connected now to the possibilities. So let's talk about some of the games that are going to matter tonight. Let's start with Region 3A. Simple enough for the 1 and 2 seeds. Alcoa plays Kingston tonight. The winner's going to be 1. The loser's going to be 2. So far, so good. But then Scott High plays Austin East. If Scott High were to win that game, it would cause a 3-way tie for third between those two schools and Union County. So then you go to TSSAA tiebreakers. The first one is head-to-head. All right. Well, they all beat each other, so that's not going to work. You move on to the next one, which is total wins. Well, a win for Scott High would put the Highlanders at 2-8 and the Roadrunners at 2-8. So let's look at Union County. The Patriots play Cherokee tonight. If they win, their record would be 2-8, creating yet another tie. Now, if you look at which team played more teams that won at least half of their games, that's the next tiebreaker. This gives the edge to Union County. Once that's established, you start the process over with head-to-head. Scott County beat Austin East in this scenario, so the Highlanders would be fourth. Back up a second, though. If Union County were to lose to Cherokee, then they'd have only 1 win, while the other 2 teams had 2. They'd drop off. So if you go head-to-head, Scott be 3, and Austin East would be 4. So you see how convoluted that can get. It can also be simple, though. If Austin East beats Scott High, it's settled. Austin East is 3rd, Union County 4th, regardless of how Union County does against Cherokee.
Yeah, the tie-breaking system, Aaron, kind of reminds me of those Chinese finger puzzles I used to get in my Christmas stocking. You put one finger in each end of that thing, and then it just locks down. And if you get in a rush trying to pull your fingers out, you get stuck. And that's the way it is with these playoff tiebreakers. Figuring out the playoff spots takes a slow and steady approach, like you have just shown us. Once the games are set, then the buses have to be reserved, meals have to be planned, game plans have to be put together, films have to be swapped. Huddle helps with the film swap for sure, but you still got to know who to swap with.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like to assume anything, but I think every single person in the state would pick Alcoa to beat Kingston tonight. Sorry, Coach Pankey. So we can look to next week and see who the potential opponent for the Yellow Jackets could be. Tonight, Johnson County plays Unicoi County in Region 1. If Johnson County wins, then Kingston would have to play Unicoi County at home. If Unicoi wins, the Yellow Jackets would welcome Gatlinburg-Pittman. Both possibilities are a tough out for Brian Pankey's team.
Yeah, the Kingston does have the advantage by playing at home. That's always a big boost, especially in playoff time. During playoff, travel seems to get longer. Schedules are really not set until late, so there is no early preparation at all in the playoffs. And as you said, Aaron, either of these teams can be a difficult team to prepare for. Kingston is going to have to play well to advance.
We were originally scheduled to see Coalfield play Rockwood tonight. The Tigers are likely looking at a 4 seed, while Coalfield has secured the 1. Region 2 matches up with Region 1 because Jellicoe defeated Hancock County last night. Coalfield will host Jellicoe. Rockwood, as a likely 4 seed, will travel to the 2 seed of Region 1, which will be the winner of tonight's game between North Green and Cosby.
Yeah, Jellicoe won their game against Hancock County in a big way. I think it's 42-0. For that win, they have secured the 4th spot and will get to travel to Coalfield. I feel like Coalfield has the advantage and should be favored in that matchup. Rockwood will travel. The question is where. Cosby has had a tremendous turnaround this season, and we know that they're getting tuned up for the playoffs. But if you look at North Green, they're no slouch either. They're 6-2 overall with a 4-0 district record. Neither one will be an easy game for the Tigers. Coach Webb will have his team ready to play, but either one of those is going to be a hard road to hoe for the Tigers.
Yeah, because Jellicoe won, we know that
that Cloudland is going to be a 3 seed. That means that Cloudland is going to be traveling down to Region 2, which is something that doesn't really happen a lot for the Highlanders. We pointed that out. Brad said that. Is like, when was the last time Cloudland had to come down here? So Cloudland as a 3 seed would have to play Oliver Springs in that 2 seed. So I hate it for you, Cloudland, but it's about time.
Reserve the bus, guys. Let's load up and head down 81, I guess.
That's right. So, with that said, we are inching closer to kickoff. We've got about 16 minutes still yet. We are at Boyd Buchanan in the wonderful Chattanooga area as Grace Christian is in town to play for an East Tennessee Division II Class 2A championship. So it should be a good one tonight, and we will preview that coming up a little bit later. But first, we'll take a timeout. You are tuned in to your OEB Law Game of the Week.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians. And for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Get ready for the ultimate celebration at the Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge. New Year's Eve 2025 countdown. First ever ice skating rink. Live bands rocking the stage. On December 31st at AK Bissell Park, Oak Ridge. Food trucks. This is free to the public because of our amazing event sponsors. Bring your lawn chairs. Ring in the new year with your family and friends. Enjoy a spectacular fireworks show that will light up the sky. Don't miss the grand finale, the epic T-Cat Harriman, one-of-a-kind atomic bomb drop at midnight. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
A college. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for your grace and your mercy that you've given to us that none of us deserve. Grace and mercy that was expressed through the shedding of blood by the righteous substitute of your Son who took place for the wrath of our sins. Father, all glory, honor, and praise goes to you. Father, I lift up our country. This time of high political anxiety and emotions, I pray, Father, that we will reflect on biblical truth in the gospel and not rely on our emotions or feelings. Father, may we be reminded that you are still on your throne, that you still reign. You are the King of kings and Lord of lords. As believers, we know that the story ends a certain way, and we eagerly await you, Father. Father, I lift up both of these schools, Knox Grace and Boyd Buchanan. Ask that you bless these schools. May your spirit permeate the hallways of their campuses. May you bless the teachers, coaches, administration, and faculty. May you strengthen them and not let them grow weary. May you encourage them in their calling. Tonight, Father, will you protect these players, coaches, and referees? May you keep them from harm. May they show good sportsmanship and display their God-given talents, Father. Protect them physically and spiritually, Father. I pray all these things in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Invocation tonight, and
now,
we'll
as
get
we
the
honor
national
America,
anthem
we ask that you remain
in just a
standing.
moment.
Remove your hats. Members of the armed forces may render a salute as the national anthem is performed by the Boyd Buchanan Marching Band.
by the Boyd Buchanan Marching Band. I'm Aaron Harvey with Dan Shoemaker as we inch closer to kickoff between the Buccaneers and Grace Christian. So let's talk about the playoffs a little bit more. Elizabethton plays Greenville tonight in their classic rivalry. Anderson County will be keeping an eye on that one because the loser is very likely going to be coming to Anderson County in the second round of the playoffs, while the winner is usually the third round opponent to the Mavericks.
Yeah, Anderson County is always going to have an eye up to the northeast because they know that the path for them to the championship will probably go through Region 1. The Elizabeth and Greenville matchup